Alright, so hello to anyone watching in Magic Land and to my lovely players. Welcome back to Pathfinder with Epic and Friends, Session 21. As always, I am your host, Arcelus, or in this case, Animus. And thank you for joining us. When we last left off, our intrepid adventurers had found themselves in the quaint city of Aperneus, in the middle of a carnival of sorts. Worksind, being his usual impulsive self, ran through the streets at full sprint and ended up accidentally injuring a woman of noble birth. This incident was set aside when a mysterious Makote woman happened to dismantle the situation in Worksind's favor, leaving him to go about his way, slightly aroused and off-put at the same time. Additionally, Worksind managed to sign up for an upcoming single combat tournament, along with a variety of other events that will be taking place as part of Aperneus' own Coliseum events. On this same token, several of our other adventurers had their own incidences within the city. Our lovely Dequa Tart found herself reuniting with another of her brothers, finding out that he has become an information broker within the city of Aperneus, and after embarrassing himself by falling out of a window, explained to Dak what's been going on, along with bits of information, including that there are several Ishgardians within the city. In fact, there are 2 members of the Heavens Ward within the city come to compete in the games before heading back to Ishgard itself. He also provided, among other things, the location of Azir's mother, and bits and pieces allowing them to catch up and talk about family life. Meanwhile, Fionn ventured out into the depths of the city, coming to a void scent shop where she learned a different method of making void scent crystals and purchased several for her troubles. She also learned of the taboo of its nature, and after meeting a local shopkeeper from Razazhan, learned that they have a nasty habit of disfiguring those who practice said magics. Meanwhile, Yedrin and Kato found themselves relaxed in the Summer's Lullaby, the premier inn of Aperneus, where many of our travelers found themselves ill at ease at the unnatural skill of the innkeeper's ability to read their wants and desires and to make them reality. Dak, trying to sense motive on this man, discovered that he had an echo very similar to her own and was using it to more or less read the minds of those that came into his establishment. Finally, at the end of the night, Fionn... Hello, Echo. Fionn ventured back into the inn with Dequa in tow, whereupon she was greeted by a scraggly-looking man with blonde hair and a thick beard, who said it was a surprise to find his son's summoner there. After plainly admitting that he was Skull's father, the man left and proved this by letting them see a brief image of his true self, the terrifying void-scent wolf Fenrir. Deciding they'd had enough for the day, our adventurers went to bed, knowing that they will need to speak with Fenrir again in the morning. The morning comes. The early sun very lazily casting its rays through the windows of each of our travelers, landing on their faces and awakening them with faint bits of warmth. What do you do? I will also point out that Dak, and Rowan, you're both muted if you're trying to talk.
Yeah, no, I had to close the door.
Get up, stretch it out, hear a few things, crack and creak. Man.
So, do I have my new friend with me?
Yes, you do, Dak. Dak, you wake up and find, after your bits of dreaming, that a faintly smoldering, almost transparent hawk is perched over your bed, looking down at you.
Dak looks up and kind of blinks a little bit. Oh, you weren't a dream. Oh, hello, little friend. Dak will get up and get dressed and
It claws at you a few times while Millie is hooting indignantly.
I know, Millie, I know. I thought of you when I picked him up, too. You're mad, but you'll get over it. Okay, guys, chill out.
My dog just came over and looked at the computer screen like, what is that noise coming from?
The rest of you, if you would roll a perception.
To hear the ruckus.
So
Okay.
I haven't moved my thing over yet, so...
It's fine. While you all are kind of waking up, you all suddenly hear the sound of what appears to be two birds fighting coming from Dak's room.
This shit just got more interesting.
That sure looks a long cock.
Fiona grumbles and climbs out of bed, wondering what all the shrieking and hooting inside the inn are about. One is Millie, she's sure, but... Dak gets dressed through all the hooting and screeching, just trying to calm them down.
Roll a handle animal.
Oh god.
Birds, look at my head.
After a few minutes of you kind of like calming them down and kind of patting their heads and giving them both attention, they both shut up.
Dak's gonna head downstairs with one perched on each shoulder.
After having been woke up by the interesting new alarm clock, finally took time to get ready and then head downstairs to himself. There you go.
Fiona's about to knock on Dak's door when it opens and, looking dumbfounded, follows her down.
Oh well, I guess I better get ready. Throw the armor on, grab the spear, head downstairs for breakfast.
Kind of
Yeah.
getting dressed and heading down as well.
Gets dressed and heads down as well.
So, am I seeing double, or is there another bird?
Oh, if you're seeing double, then I don't know. Yes, I know. I'll introduce you. Well, for one, Millie is blue and Gotch here is red.
You expect me to see colors this early in the morning?
I don't think that's how color blindness works.
You expect me to pay attention this early in the morning?
Fair. But this is Scotch. He's a new friend.
Sup?
Just doing this as nods and greeting to the new board and continues on their way because
Weirdness.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
great, more birds.
Yep. More animals in this menagerie.
As you all come downstairs, for the sake of those who did not see it the other night, a single male is currently sitting downstairs, sort of examining each of you coming down as you do. He's seated cross-legged around one of the low dolmen-style tables inside of the inn. A platter of what looks to be a carnivore's breakfast has been laid out in front of him. Bacon, sausage, several hard-boiled eggs, all sort of topped with a thick oatmeal of sorts. And he just is looking at Fionn and Dak and the rest of the group, examining them very slowly while Yurabe starts to come around. He's been very insistent on speaking to all of you.
Why?
Said it was private matters? Dak, if you would.
Sorry, I didn't. Fionn looks at the man with paws, then sighs. I'll explain, she says before taking a seat opposite of him.
Just better listen then. I'll take a seat.
Just accepts that this is happening and takes a seat.
I think Adrian at this point is just rolling with the punches.
Yeah.
So everyone has sat down at this point?
Man.
Yeah.
As everyone's coming to sit down, he kind of makes a motion, and the privacy screens that were there earlier come back around and enclose everyone off and inside. So it's just you all and this man. And as you all sit down, he says, "Good morning to you all, especially to you, Miss Eliswa, was it?"
Fionn, Eliswa, yes, it's nice to meet you too, Fenrir, she says stiffly.
Say what now?
Kind of just chuckles and looks back at you and says, "The pleasure is all mine. It is good to meet a summoner who cares so deeply for what they bring into this world."
This is Fenrir. Looks over at Fionn, like, should she explain? She looks back at Aqua and nods before taking out her grimoire and running over the inscriptions with a finger, her usual summoning ritual.
It'll take some time, I am sure, but thank you for bringing out... I'm assuming you're bringing my son out. As for the rest of you, while we wait, tell me, how is my boy doing?
Hold on, I must get confused here. You called me early in the morning. I haven't officially woken up yet. What?
Fenrir is Skull's father.
Just see works blink a few times, and it's like, oh! Oh!
I'd be happy to show you what I really look like, but
No,
I
please,
don't
no.
feel like breaking the building.
Idris just sort of sighs to himself, prepared for it to be one of those days, and says, as far as I can tell, Skull's doing fine.
He looks to Rowan. And what is your opinion?
Skull is a phenomenal teammate. He's awesome. That's all there's to it. Why don't you know how your son is doing?
It is difficult to come across on the Void.
And yet you're here, and you're in human form. Who summoned you?
Nobody.
Skull's been looking for you. And his brother.
I am looking for his brother as well, to be honest. But my ability to come to this world is limited. Three times a year. It's all I can manage.
To explain, Fenrir's a void sent to the first rung. It takes considerable power for him to make this journey.
And at most, I can never stay for longer than a week before I have to go back.
And now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Skull is here on the plane for about 24 hours, and yet the rest of the time he's using the void sent plane. Why wouldn't you be able to see or find your son in the same plane in the void sent?
He kind of takes a moment and he sighs very deeply. The void is a very large and very confusing place. There are... Imagine trying to go through a labyrinth upside down and blindfolded while someone's constantly beating on you with sticks from behind and directing you in 20 different directions at once, and that's about what it's like to walk around in there. Up can be left, left can be down, down can be 20,000 feet in the other direction.
Fionn says, now imagine that labyrinth being the size of Heidelin.
The other difficult part is, while I do wish to care for my sons and direct them in the right paths, it kind of takes a very long sigh. I am considered one of the ruling party of the Void. As such, my ability to get away and look is limited. I am allowed this reprieve for one reason and one reason alone. Every void scent is attached to a particular emotion, especially at the first rung hierarchy. My own happens to be wrath and anger, and there happens to be a tournament going on. So I have come to feed and recharge.
Oh. I can't remember. Did Works talk about the tournament and whatnot yet?
Didn't you just go back, like, straight to Bad Works?
Yeah.
So no, he didn't talk to you about it.
Okay.
So I guess that means we'll be fighting at some point then.
Well, wait. What tournament?
There's a one-on-one tournament being held at the festival. I want to go sign up for the jousting.
Fiona looks up from her grimoire at Works.
Among other contests, there's a battle royale, team combat, cooking competition if that's your interest, a popularity contest.
Ears perk up at cooking contest.
I believe there's behemoth riding, a contest for magicians only, to see who can make the most impressive show of magic, etc.
Let's just sign up for all the combat ones.
Well, of course you would. Where do we sign up for these? I'm very interested in the cooking.
I can show you guys later. It's up by the Coliseum.
Fenrir doesn't exactly respond to what you said earlier, Works. He just kind of snorts.
So you feed on rage and like. That's interesting.
It doesn't hurt anybody.
Oh, okay. That's a good thing.
Imagine
That was my major worry.
Imagine your emotions are like a cloud that floats over your head, and the feeling won't dissipate from you, but when I'm around, it's like I'm eating that cloud.
Oh, I know all about those sort of effects.
Just kind of looks at you for a second. Huh?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So basically, you feed off other people's rage and anger.
Yes.
Oh, well, it makes sense why you enter the tournament.
Again, he's just like looking at you, like squinting his eyes.
Maybe we should all join up. I mean, practice. Theo says, perhaps.
It is at this point that Fiona finishes her summoning, and Skull pops out in his wolf form and just kind of like almost hits the table as the space has become very crowded. Oh. Hello, everybody. He's like paws up on the table, like looking awkwardly.
Theo goes, oh, sorry, Skull. Good morning, Skull.
Good morning. And he looks at his dad, like almost ashamed. His dad looks back at him. He goes, so this is what you've become. Good gods, what did they do to you? Skull's like looking away, like shrinking away from his father's gaze, who, before anybody can really react, like has him by the nape of his neck and has pulled him closer.
Jack was reaching out to pet him, but kind of backs off a little bit after that. to the damage.
And you see, at this point, Fenrir has grabbed his son by his face and has, like, slowly brought his hands back over, kind of like he's almost like a child rough-handling a dog a bit, like kind of pinning his ears back and pulling and examining. You are a scourge to behold. So powerful. Yet mock through you against the walls of Amphidor so many times.
Fiona was about to jump to her feet, but she restrains herself. Sorry.
Do not feed properly. How has it been? So long, and yet you still have no aether. Skull whimpers a little. No one would summon me after. I had no one I could feed from. You see Fenrir just slowly, like, pull his son into an embrace. You have someone now, do you not?
So, Voidson feed off emotions. What does Skull feed off of?
Skull is not high enough on the hierarchical chain to be feeding off emotions. He can feed off raw aether alone.
Ah.
Which is why he needs a summoner, or he needs to be eating other void scent. But with as he is now, I fear it's too late.
Fiona smiles weakly. I am replete with anima, so at least I can offer that much, as was Han before me.
Fenrir looks at you, and for a moment you can see that he's very plainly looking through you. You would need more than you would offer. Far, far more. He sighs. He would probably need to devour, to be at his old strength, that entire cache that we use to summon anima.
Wait, what?
Fenrir was saying that for Skull to be back where he was, he would have needed to eat all of the aether that was used to summon anima.
Yeah, that's what she was going, wait, what as? You knew about that.
Word still travels,
You have me there.
even in the void. Likewise, when a void scent is banished from this plane, it simply appears in the other. So,
Well, I hope it enjoys floating around the void.
you see Fenrir just slowly lick his lips. He did.
Fiona goes, well, I hope he had no hard feelings about the encounter.
He did for about 20 minutes.
Oh. Fiona raises her eyebrows. Well, I hope you enjoyed them.
I do not take kindly to those of my brood wreaking havoc.
So you wanted to talk to us, so other than berating Skull and acting like a dick, what do you want?
He looks at you and goes, I came to see my son, and I would consider it less berating and more bemoaning the fact that he is a far cry from what he was and has been injured in a way that no one can gain recompense from anymore, when people who have done it are dead. I did, however, come to give him a gift. At which point he looks at Fionn and asks Fionn, is he out for the day?
What are you doing? That is said about all of that there's nothing.
She nods. I may channel some more magic to summon someone else later, but as a regular spell.
Good. At that point, he stands up and kind of straightens the tie that he's wearing and looks at Skull and pats him on the head. And the next thing you see is Skull is sitting there in his human form. At that point, Fenrir walks out. Enjoy your day as a human. And leaves.
Oh. Is this like the illusion?
You see Skull looking at his hands, he's like, no. These are
Gonna say
hands.
Dak pats on his arm.
You feel
That's an
arm.
arm! Well, Fionn blushes rather brightly. Oh, hug him already!
Fenrir just calls back. And you, do enjoy the day! You have 24 hours. When you go to sleep, it ends.
Gee,
Fionn stammers and just goes in for the hug, not daring to say anything back to Fenrir.
Skull catches you in his arms, and he's like, what just happened?
You're a human for a day. Enjoy it. You got to see your dad, and you get to be human for a day. I don't even know, dear, but let's savor it, says Fionn.
Skull's like, just blinking.
Dak giggles. Dear, huh?
Oh, whoops. Sorry. It's weird.
Okay, I'm back.
Fionn, Fionn flushes even more brightly before going on the defensive. Okay, maybe Skull and I have been developing feelings for each other. What of it?
Skull
Dak just kind of...
Skull lets her finish, and in the moment Dak starts to talk, he just straight up just kisses Fionn, just can't help it.
Dak was like waving her hands and just kind of was like, oh. Covers her mouth, kind of looks away. It's cute, okay? That's really cute. She's just sitting there smiling. Cute.
But it's also pretty obvious after the last couple days.
It really was. Well, that just happened. Fionn and Skull are now kissing passionately on top of the table.
alrighty then. I'm gonna go get something to drink and leave them alone.
I swear to God, if one of you rolls into my breakfast, I'm going to hit you with a hammer.
There's a privacy screen, but come on!
Andrew just sighs and just is like, hey, well, next time you show me to the arena, I'll gonna sign up for some stuff.
I need to do
Rowan
that.
and orders a juice.
Rowan,
You know,
before you can even open your mouth and start opening the juice, there's one already like coming through the screen to you.
Rowan looks at the juice and goes, okay, and walks around the other side of the screen.
Is Skull in human form?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say that would be really weird.
Yeah, no. Fenrir came and he basically was like, here, have a gift, and Skull's now a human, in his human form for a day.
And now Fiona just couldn't hold herself back.
Oh, they've kind of just declared that they're somewhat of a couple. And smooched. Skull started it this.
It's
You know-
just obvious before you can this.
Yeah.
Alright, who wants to go to the Coliseum?
I do, let's give them some time alone. She just skitters out of the way.
Just
Okay.
gets up to go to the Coliseum with walks.
Gato's gonna go with them. Cause ew.
Oh
Actually-
please, Kato! You know if it was Su Lao, you'd be really into it right now.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Cause ew, straight people.
I was gonna say.
We can, and just so it's known, once you're for sure out of earshot of Fiona and Skull, so like probably the cafe across the town, I'm just gonna choose that time to comment to them. So, did someone remind them to their protection?
That flashes of just stickers.
Is that technically bestiality?
Oh my god!
Rowan just walks everybody shaking her head like, oh dear God.
You little jealous, Rowan?
No, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat some bacon. Bye.
Bye.
She's totally jealous.
Scotch
Hey.
just caws at you. Works.
Now, calm down.
Now, Tar, is there anything you want to tell us about, the birds before, it gets weirder?
This is Scotch. He's the flame spirit hawk.
Okay, he's not gonna turn into like some devilishly handsome, potato, and you two are gonna make it on the table, are you?
Jack just goes red in the face. What? No.
Okay, I just have to make sure because if this is gonna happen, we're not gonna be getting separate rooms. We're gonna be getting separate inns. I'm kidding.
Are you though?
I don't even know if
Kind
they
of.
have human forms. They're birds. They're birds and they're my friends, and the matron gave me Scotch as a gift.
And you named it Scotch because it burns?
No, Scotch bonnet. It's a pepper.
Okay.
I was gonna say something else, but I'm not going there.
Well, I mean, he's fiery, and Scotch bonnets are pretty hot.
Get name him habanero.
Scotch is easier to say.
That's true. Out of character, I'm not sure if habaneros exist in that world anyway.
I mean, we've just kind of shoved a bunch of food items in anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That's true.
Rowan went off to go get breakfast.
Yep.
Guess we kind of got
Regardless-
interrupted.
Works, you end up taking... You end up taking them to the Coliseum. Rowan, they're within eye shot of you if you so desire to rejoin them after you've eaten. Regardless, Fiona, I have no idea what you're doing at this point.
She got kind of ditched with her new boyfriend.
Probably making use of that privacy screen.
His father is sitting at the table!
No, he left.
Okay.
He blatantly told them, is like, make use of the time. I don't give a shit.
But if she goes, she gets, would that,
No, we don't know if she'd have a puppy or an elf.
yeah, that's...
While you're saying that, there's a howling raven, the pale-skinned, dark-haired, leather-bound Rogadin, looks up at you all and goes, "The fuck?"
Don't ask. We've had a really weird morning. The conversations have been strange.
At this
Harper,
point,
baby,
Fiona and
more
Skull
so.
end up right behind you, and Skull's just looking at you like, "Really? You couldn't find anything else to talk about?"
He was being awkward about it.
It's works.
It works in Kato.
It's Kato.
I whisper to Kato, that was fast.
What?
I can still hear.
Dak just puts a hand to her face and shakes her head, and she's still just red. Fiona scowls at works in Kato.
Yeah, Jordan is just looking like they're knowing the world.
At this point, Skull just kisses the top of Fiona's head and says, "Have fun, I'll go find a place to watch."
Alright, says Fiona.
I like a Fiona Skull. Like, you expect any better of us? Especially me.
Probably expected more out of me, and now I feel ashamed a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I mean, I don't exactly talk about this sort of stuff with people. It's kind of weird and very embarrassing and awkward and...
Skull looks at Dak. I find that very hard to believe with your family.
Okay, I don't talk about this sort of thing. Fiona pats Dak on the head gently. What's a little ribbing between friends? It's okay. The remarks I heard coming over, though... She shoots another scowl at works.
At that point,
Yeah, J-
Skull sort of stretches out. "Kato, you're not really interested in any of the combat, are you?"
Not really. I was gonna do behemoth riding, maybe?
Shoot your thumb up. That's another day, isn't it?
I don't know.
Usually at this point has like basically tune out the world and push the desk to sign up for things.
Yeah, can we... I was gonna say, is there like a thing that says when things are...
There was. I gotta go find it.
Well, I meant like nearby.
Yeah,
But, you know
there's
what?
like a sign-up sheet behind Howling Raven.
Dak kind of toddles over to it. Looks like it's mainly combat today. There's a popularity contest. Fiona takes Skull's hands before he goes and gives him a kiss back. Take care, dear.
I will. I think I'll take Kato to go find Rowan and bring her to you all, and then I will go find a place to sit with him and watch from the sidelines. After all, I can't exactly fight like this.
Okay.
So another question is, do we see like other people who've signed up?
You do.
Okay. Look it over. I actually, who's all on there? Where is it?
I found it. I can copy and paste this to the bottom of the chat if you want.
Please
That'd be
do.
great.
Be amazing, so I don't have to go search for it.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Thank you. At this point, Kato, Skull just kind of grabs Kato and actually stops for a second and then grabs his ear and starts pulling him away that way.
Fiona goes, of course, I'll join you if they grant me time before my match.
Kato's just following along.
Just pulling your ear. It's like they get out of earshot and like, you fucking asshole.
What did I do?
What the fuck do you think you did? I would be doing this to Works, but I don't think I could beat him in a fight right now.
Kato just looks very lost.
Let's just go find Rowan.
Okay.
At this point, Rowan, Skull does bring Kato over and sits down with you at wherever you're eating at. And as he does, he just kind of lets out a sigh and he goes, I am so sorry for the weirdness of this morning. I know my father can be intense.
No, your father's just a common sense.
I couldn't hear that last part. Let me turn you up. Did you say that again?
Do me a service. I said, don't worry, your father's a condescending prick, and well, I'm pretty much used to weirdness.
Skull laughs. He goes, I guess that's a way to talk about him. Yeah. Sorry you felt that way. And I apologize for him. He doesn't do manners.
Kato just kind of leans into view of Rowan. If you talk to another high-end void scent like that, I'm not healing you. Then again, you'll probably be just flat out dead.
Well, man asked, I gave it to him. Can't take the opinion, why ask for it?
Skull just kind of like looks at Kato, then looks back at Rowan and goes, regardless, I think he did like you. He wasn't cursing at you.
Good. Asked for an opinion, he got my answer. If he didn't like it, he would have said something.
Skull nods. Are you fighting today?
I'm debating.
Well, if not, Kato and I are about to go find seats to watch. And you're welcome to join us. If you are, well, the rest of the group is preparing. Anyway, Kato, let's leave the lady to her breakfast and go find some seats. What do you say?
Sure.
Alright. At that point, Skull and Kato walk off, and I will turn it over to the rest of the party who are getting signed up with Howling Raven, who is going through his usual spiel of being the hype man. Alright. So we got some more sign-ups! Yeah! Bring us up to 24 fighters today. So, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you all draw straws and we'll see who gets to go against who today. Works, you already signed up, so you're good to go. If I get you to walk right around this corner and head to the back, You'll walk down the hallway, and it'll be the second left is the Challenger's doors. You're in melee bracket B.
Second door, left, melee bracket B. Got it. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, who's signing up first today?
Dax looking over the list of combatants. And does she find her, so she just sees all the names, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my brother's fighting. Look, box. Date?
Oh, it's, which one's date? Howling Raven's like, I don't see a date. What?
Adol.
Adele? Oh, that red Makote boy came in with the Ish Guardians, yeah.
Oh, he's one of my brothers. So's Lox.
I don't see him getting very far. He was a skinny little kid.
Oh, but he fights really well. Oh, alright, I missed some of Fion's lines. Fion looks at it from over the deck. Adol, that name sounds familiar. Ah, that would be why, she says, snapping her fingers with recognition. Wait, Ish Guardians?
Yeah, there's some Ish Guardians coming up, and he points over. We got, Sir Grenex Day Zamail coming in for a fight. Should be a good one, up against Raban. Let's see the two bulls clash horns.
That'll be fun to watch.
We also got a girl by the name of Jolene. She's actually going against your friend Workson first.
Fiona skims the list and grows pale. I have second thoughts. Also third, fourth, fifth, sixth, etc. thoughts. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, Fiona.
I wouldn't worry too much about it. The odds of him getting through Raban and the Silver Fang are slim to none.
No, I may as well. What are the odds I get put with them, right?
As she's laughing, he holds out a little bundle of sticks to you. Ooh, tough luck! You're up against Silverfang first.
Oh no.
Slaps your name and it's right above Raban and Sir Carmel. Actually, let me pull this down because I can't see that image very well.
Well, have fun?
You weren't there.
Alright.
Agent just sort of pats Fion's shoulder awkwardly, there, at least they'll be over quick.
Well, I may as well try and make a good show of it, Fiona says with a groan, contemplating just throwing the match. Alright, I'll sign up too.
Alright, he holds out another bundle of sticks to you.
Takes one.
Oh, looks like you're in melee bracket B with your friend Workson. You're on the other side. Your first match is against Ramiro.
I don't know them. Oh well. That's fine. Probably better I don't.
Well, Odds On favorite right now says that the winner of melee bracket B should be Franz the Fair.
I am now curious as to how they look.
I'll be signing up as well.
Alright, and then the bundle of sticks comes out to you as well.
Just grabs one without really much care.
Alright, well, you're up in bracket A. Your first match is against Siegfried. Is there anyone else joining us today?
No, looks like it's it. Unless Rowan was gonna come. She kind of looks around a little bit.
Rowan's heading over in that direction. Got a piece of bacon.
Dak waves. To the bacon leg.
When you arrive, the Rogan looks at you and says, "Well, hello! Will you be our final contestant today?"
Rowan just eyes him and lifts eyebrows. Why not?
And he goes, "Well, we got one last spot, and your first match will be against Cottontail in the Gods bracket."
Okie dokie.
You seem like deflate a little. Am I that bad of a hype man?
No, you're doing wonderful.
He's like,
It's just been a really weird morning. That's all.
just like,
Pat.
Just Muzz on the bet. Beginning of the month.
Fiam looks to Rowan. In the extremely unlikely event that I see you in the battlefield, may the best mage win.
Actually, I think it might be unlikely if Hunt makes battle.
Cool. Dex looking over all the other things. Can I sign up for the archery and popularity contest as well here, or is that separate areas?
"No, I can sign up everyone for every single day. Is there anything else you want to sign up for? I can sign you up right now."
I would like archery, popularity. She's pointing at the things on the list. Behemoth riding.
He's like, writing things down.
And the cooking contest, please.
"Oh, you're a culinarian. What's your specialty, little lady?"
Savory
Potatoes.
items. Glares at works.
Works
Not even
there.
I don't care. I glare at works in the ether. OOC. I glare at works. I just know somewhere works said something about. No.
Or said something about potatoes.
Fiona goes, "We're all going to be punching bags. No shame in admitting it." Sorry.
He like passes the thing over to you so you can just go ahead and sign up. Is there anybody else signing up for anything else while we're here? Would you like to sign up for team combat as well?
Should be.
Also, vegetables are my specialty. That's best to say. Vegetables.
Well, that's good. I'm actually a vegetarian.
Oh, I have a mostly vegetarian diet.
Yes, team combat is tomorrow.
Maybe that's.
Just passes the sign-up thing over to the other people's.
And decides to sign up for Behemoth riding in the Battle Royale. I'm saying we should probably talk to most of the others before we figure out on team combat.
Oh yeah, I guess team combat would be good to do.
Oh,
Because there's also the Battle Royale. We don't do teams on that, but you're welcome to work together through the fight if you end up anywhere near each other.
I think I'm going to skip out on the Battle Royale. Fiam goes, same.
Alright then, well, if we've got everybody situated away, for those of you in bracket A, I need you to go through the door on the right. You're going to walk all the way down the hall, going to circle around, and you're going to want to go through the first door on your immediate right, or immediate left following. Bracket B, the directions I gave to your friend earlier, I'm sure you all heard them, but for sake of it, you're going to go through this door on my left. You're going to walk down the hall, 2 doors to your left, and for the 2 of you in the Gods bracket, you can go through either door. You're going to want to go all the way around until the hall ends.
Fiam gulps.
And if you go through the left door, you go to your right. If you go through the right door, you go to your left. You're going to follow that hallway all the way to its end, and you're going to come to the first door on... If you're going from the right to your left, if you're coming from the left to your right. Can't miss it. Big double doors, kind of gilded in gold.
Roland just nods basically and decides to head off in that direction.
Nods before heading off, gives Fiona a comforting pat on the shoulder. It's like, good luck, you. Hope you make it through.
For the sake of it, I'm going to do all of you guys' combats, and then I'll describe what happens in the other fights. I'm going to do a roll to see who goes first, and then we'll go in the order that it should be from there. So, Yedrin, you are 1. Works, you're 2. Dak, you're 3. Fionn, you are 4. Rowan, you are 5.
Okay. For Fiona, she goes, and nods, and reluctantly follows Dak until they part ways.
Dak, you go first.
Okay.
So are the rest of us back in the waiting rooms, or is there a special place in the stands for us to watch?
You're basically like in a dugout beneath, able to watch.
Okay.
You don't have an overhead view, but you could see straight out.
Do I have any prep time before the fight to say buff myself, or
do you have to buff yourself in the fight?
Fiona stays well away from trigger knocks.
Dak, you get in there, and as you're kind of sitting around, you get a slight drilling about how everything's going to work, about the rules and specifications, how there's no killing, there are curmudgeons on hand to heal you if you get injured during the fights. If at any point you decide that the fight's too much for you, you can hold your hands up, and that signals that you admit defeat. Likewise, they state that you cannot walk in with any magic active.
So that means you don't get Cardo's card?
No card.
Okay.
Aw, damn. Okay.
No cards, no buffs, no nothing can be active before you walk in, unless it is a magic item on your person that's already giving you the effect.
Okay.
Likewise, you get no summons can be active until you get in.
The birds aren't summons, they're just there all the time.
Which the guy's like, I fully understand that. You're welcome to have those. Afterwards, he's just kind of like, alright. No eye gouging. No aiming for the ears. No throat blows. We had someone die last year from that. Do not do it.
I don't even think I'd be able to reach.
Otherwise, everything is good, clean, go for it. Last ruling on this, and I am looking at you, Mr. Dragon Man, with the cursed weapon. While your weapon is fine, no necromancy spells. They screw around with our magic really bad, especially on the healers. We don't want anybody dying. We made ourselves understood.
Sir?
Yes.
Just nods.
So does that mean I can't use the weapon because it's kind of a
He said yours is
passive
fine.
ability?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he stated yours is fine, but he was just looking at you because he saw you had a cursed weapon. He's like, hey, no other necromancy spells.
Fiona nods firmly. No necromancy from me.
I can imagine Fiona turn on
go ahead
damn.
and put your token on the field.
How and where?
I think you just drag it from the character page.
Oh, do I?
Drag the little...
Well, he
Did it for you.
I didn't know how to do it, so...
What's this thing in the middle here? Is this like a tower, or...?
It's not a tower. It's essentially like an altar.
Okay.
It's flat. with the exception of like a little like 2 foot tall like bench thing.
Yeah.
And as you're coming out, Dak, you get a faint moment where Howling Raven and 3 other people come out. Like, the 3 other people look very regal, very distinguished, and they kind of hold their hands up and silence the screams of the crowd before they go, "Welcome, everyone, to the first day of the Opera Neon Grand Tourney! Today we salute our brave combatants who have come out to fight for our amusement. On the left gate, we have Ramiro!" You just hear the crowd start to shout out, and the social media guy looks at the name and is like, "Is this real? Are you serious?" And on the right, we have Daquis Tart. You may begin.
Go Tar!
Roll initiative.
Yup. Oh, nice. Respectable. So, health and whatnot.
Dak, you get to go first.
Yeah, let me put my health in such in my token. Right there. Damn it. Technical difficulties. Okay. She got some distance, so she's going to cast Protect on herself.
For the sake of it. I put everyone's tokens kind of up top.
Okay.
With the exception of Mortis's. Alright, so
So
I'll get
let's-
yours in a second, Works.
That's fine.
One sec. Dak's also going to move back.
As you kind of start backing up, you kind of hear like shouts coming out. "Little one, go for the kneecaps! Go for the knees!"
Is Meryl in the crowd?
Yes.
You just
Guest starring Meryl.
you just see the what you're guessing is a paladin just start running like across the battlefield, like going as fast as he can, trying to clear the arena. After you.
Okay. At least I got some EAC. Shit.
Alright, is everybody's tokens out?
While the fight begins, Fiona extends a greeting to Rabon. Commander, what a pleasant surprise to see you. It's the Sultana will. Okay.
Were you Fiona already at that point?
Yes.
I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's the Equin's token too, so Fiona just doesn't have a name for some reason.
I pulled her straight from her sheet.
Sorry, I'm looking. And then she casts Spiritual Weapon.
While you're doing that, while you were doing that, and Fion's talking to Raban looks at her and goes, "Oh, it's you." She's fine. Dude, if you know anything about the Sultana, she tends to keep herself in and out of trouble. So it was nothing to say that she had a slight leave of absence from her duties. But she's fine now. Up and about and causing trouble for everybody. You can put it wherever you want, Dag.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I just put it down.
Yeah. Put it right next to them. It's 10 rounds. Yeah, it's going to take a swing. That thing, I keep closing my sheet. Was I smart? And I did.
As you put the hammer out, and it goes to swing, Fiona just sees Raban go, "Knock his head off!"
Jesus Christ.
Dear Lord.
The hammer pops up right next to the paladin and swings in a circle to try and smack him.
It ends up like hitting him dead in his chest, and you hear "Ugh!" come from him as he looks up at you, and
She's just kind of like, okay. Take my move action. Gonna do a loop-de-loop.
the moment you do that, he just takes off at a charge.
Just gotta skid a little
Attack
bit.
of opportunity! Attack of opportunity!
I don't think the hammer actually gets attack of opportunity, does it? I can't remember.
I don't think it does. I
Yeah,
think
it does.
Yeah. Let's try to hit the description, did I? Sorry, looking at it real quick.
I'm looking at it too.
Yeah, because that's a long description. Yeah, I don't think it's back up. Yeah, hard.
I think it's also out of your sight right now, so it's coming.
So-
It's coming back to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say it pops up next to me apparently, but it's out of my sight.
Yeah.
Come, Mjolnir.
So it wouldn't have it triggered one anyway because you ran around the corner after you had it strike.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you read Fion's thing, and then it's your
Oh.
turn again?
She nods with a smile. Well, so long as she's hale. That episode was a scare for all present. She freezes and puts her hands on her chest. It's this outburst of passion towards the battle.
You just you see Sir Bruno sitting next to you, starts laughing. You should have seen him last year.
Okay,
Well, she's gonna die.
so the hammer moves up. Attack again.
The hammer whips around and like actually does hit him in the knee, and you hear a roar of cheering come up from the crowd. Take his knee! Take his knees! Take his knees!
Sweep the leg card! Sweep the leg!
She kind of looks around in a panic and shoots her hands out. It's called lightning.
Oh my god!
Okay, cool. I did the damage calc on that.
Okay, he takes half damage on that, so that's 6.
It's not bad.
The crowd goes silent for a moment as this cloud of darkness comes over Dak, and she hurls her hands forward, and there's a bolt of lightning that strikes at the paladin in front of him, and he just barely gets his shield up in time, and you just as he ducks into the ground, and then a roar of cheers. Strike him down! Strike him down!
So, Tart is literally Thor now.
Tart is mini Thor.
Is that your?
Oh, that's right. I can cast up to 5 bolts. Nice.
Is that your round?
That means
Tart?
each bolt will...
Hasn't caught me yet. Going to catch me in this next round, most likely. Turns tail and zips back the way she came. That's the end of my turn. You really do live for these, huh? Fionn says before looking out to the battlefield and getting into it in her own demure way. You can do it, Lady Dequa!
Listen, I fought for I don't know how many years as a gladiator. Of course I do. You can do it, Tiny One! He just runs up, and you see him like pull out this long sword. He's like, he's just shouting, and you just see a bolt of bright white light start to coat his blade. They don't. It's starting to curse.
Glow sticks.
Oh, if you don't have glow sticks, you can make up the college glow and use that.
Well, I do have my light spell.
Dak, does a 23 hit you? Actually, never mind, that's a critical, so...
Great.
Oh, great.
What?
A 6
Smite
does
the
not
potato.
confirm a critical.
Okay. I have 18 AC, by the way.
Yeah, he rolled a natural 19.
Okay.
Smite the potato.
Sounds my potato.
Mashed potato.
Hey, you got that non-lethal shield.
Yeah, no, that's why I was asking. It's like, how much damage?
He turns around and swings through you, like, and you see that blue barrier come up as he keeps swinging, and then hammers it home and slams you against the palisade you're next to. Deals 13 points of damage.
Okay, so is that before or after the reduction?
Before.
Okay, so... Right? Yeah, I can mass. Okay, 5, that... Okay.
Sure around, you hear that as you get... How much damage do you actually take from that?
I took 8 damage.
As he hits
8
you
out of
against the
20.
wall, you hear the crowd go, ooh! And they all, like, let out another cheer.
Just a little squeal. She hits it.
Kick his ass, Tart! Shove a stone right up there!
Kind of just kind of pauses and just slowly turns to look at where Works is.
You see, at this point, you just see Skull looking over there as well. He has a very one-track mind, doesn't he?
Yeah.
At this point, like, Skull hands you a pretzel.
Oh, thank you.
It's like, they have cheese sauce, too.
Ooh.
Okay, so each round I can use standard action to call a bolt. Eh, fuck it, it's good damage, so...
You were saying?
Huh?
Okay.
It's like I'm calling down the lightning again.
As another bolt of lightning comes down, this time as it comes to hit him, he times it just right. And you see him slam his shield against the bolt. But you see it still shocks his arm, but he like diverts the brunt of it into his arm. He's just, ah!
She doesn't move because she knows she can't.
He's just like
Hammer
shaking
tough.
his arm, like looking at her like, you little...
She's just kind of like looking up at him, like she's scared about of him now. And the hammer comes upside and smacks him.
As the hammer comes around and whips in a full circle, it clocks him in the back of the head, and you see him like shake for a moment and almost fall on top of you, catching himself very briefly as you look. You see his eyes are losing concentration, and you hear, "Finish him! Finish him!"
Finish him.
The crowd just kind of
Phil!
looking at the crowd like, gosh, jeez, calm down.
Potato! Potato!
Fine works, Claire. No.
Channel your anger at him, not me!
Dak. He turns around and whips his blade, kind of carving up in that Rage of Halone motion, catching you right at the barrier in between your legs, and it comes up and he goes to like slash you completely across the front of your body. He deals 14 points of damage before the reduction.
Squeals. You said how much was it again?
14 points.
14? Okay. So 9 damage. Okay.
At this point, he's looking, and he goes, "Shit."
Okay, so it's my turn again.
Yes.
Well, 1. Hammer doesn't wait this time. Tink!
This time he just holds his shoves his shield in the way, shoving the hammer away, and it's looking at you, sword still pointed.
And the tart! Knock him into the ground!
Whips her hand over at him. Lightning. What's 3? 3 on now?
This time as the bolt comes down, he just looks up, and you see he's still got his shield in the way of the hammer, and goes, "Shit." And you just see the bolt go straight through him, and he's like, "Ah!" Flops to the ground. Unconscious. The crowd, you just hear the crowd yell out, "Tart! Tart! 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 Tart!"
You should actually cheers for thought.
Fiona cheers.
Tart! Tart! Tart!
Jack actually gets down and just kind of looks him over because he's worried.
He's unconscious on the ground, twitching.
Yeah, but she's still checking him. Oh, consuming healer, damn it.
I guess it's very cartoonish. He just gets charred all over him. Just Tart's just
You
just
okay?
pokes him with her foot.
I won! I didn't die!
As soon as this is over,
That just looks
you see
so
several curmudgeons run over and pick him up and start carting him out.
Dex.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen! Our first victor and advancing, Darklease Tart!
Amper's on.
Talk about the Kurgians carting him off, and all I can think of is Makote Kurgians just carting him off like Monster Hunter.
At this point, Fiona, if you would move your token down. At this point, Raban quietly pats Fiona on the shoulder. He's like, "I do believe it's your turn. Good luck."
I do believe you're going to die.
Jack gets into the little dugout area or the rest area and she's just kind of ow, 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 ow.
You enjoyed this and sure she should watch this next one or not.
Thank you, I'll need all the luck I can. Princess.
Orc scoops over, gets down, pats Tart on the shoulder. You did good, Tart. You did good.
Ow.
As this is happening, silence falls over the ring. And you hear everyone kind of just stop breathing as they wait. And the hype man comes out, holding his hands up into the air. He says, "Ladies and gentlemen, on the right, hailing from parts unknown, bringing with her her magics and skill, her mind and tactics, we have Fiona Elissoir. And in the left corner, the 10-time champion of the arena, Apraneus' own Tyr Silverfang, the undefeated master of this arena."
Fiona steps onto the field calmly, hand upon her grimoire.
Fiona is now practically crapping herself.
And there's silence. The entire crowd grows silent as a man walks out, one you didn't see in the back room. And as he comes, he's wiping his nose on one sleeve. And Fiona, you watch, probably in terror, as Fenrir steps out onto the field. And he looks over to you and he says, 40 seconds.
Just run.
Survive that long and you can advance. Fenrir takes the initiative.
Figures.
What's his initiative? Like a plus 20?
Plus 10.
Oh, God.
Fenrir doesn't take this moment to just bum rush you. Like, seeing you kind of freeze up for a moment, he walks across the field and is just kind of glaring at you going, come on. Show me what you can do, summoner.
Kato just kind of looks up from his pretzels and shouts, "Don't die!"
As Fiona does this, and I will put control of that over to you. As Fiona goes through her action, tossing her void crystal into the air and doing her summoning, the form of the black raven, not Cramp, comes out, flapping its wings. As it comes out, you see it just kind of start clawing, almost trying to claw its way backwards away from Fenrir. You hear the crowd just yell out, kind of in a spitz, "Tyr! Tyr! Tyr! Break the bird! Break the bird!"
Oh god, have I been muted this entire time?
Yes, you have.
Mother ever. I feel really dumb now. I've been saying her lines and everything. I'm sorry, I took a drink of water and I didn't want that getting on the thing. Anyways, Fiona says, stay strong. She summoned not cramp. I'm sorry.
Tart, check the party chat.
I feel really bad now.
By the way, is not Cramp attacking or is he just coming out?
Attacking.
Okay.
Needing to adjust the stats due to augmented something.
Gotcha.
I can't believe I got muted myself.
As Notcramp comes down, sweeping his wings and trying to claw at Fenrir, you just see the man calmly bring up one hand and he pushes the first claw out of his way. And when the second one comes around, he just sighs and slaps it away from himself.
How much AC does he have?
I think it's something like 35, wasn't it? So for reason this is an unwinnable fight.
She just has to last the 40 seconds.
Fenrir takes a step forward and says, "You chose the wrong master," and pulls his fist back.
And rolls a 1.
Now he gets in that trap and he proceeds to decimate the entire side of the arena.
Did you hear Ark say power it?
Yeah, you just heard him say powered.
Bye, not crap.
You see him swing, and his fist cocks forward and slams into Notcramp's chest. And as it does so, you see a new hole just rip itself through the Void Sense body, almost like a fang tearing through it. Fenrir does 63 points of damage.
Holy crap.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Run!
How many? How
Enough.
much?
Like 63, I think.
63.
Dear Lord.
I guess Nockraft got... Yeah.
Notcramp is now -1 hit point.
He just wants Saitama on that bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a reason none of us are getting first place in this tournament.
Even with the augmented magic, Fiona wilts before stealing yourself and drawing upon another spell. Vanish.
Alright. As you start running, you just see, like, Notcramp's head continue to follow you. And he very calmly says, "I can
Fenrir.
still smell you." I'm sorry, Fenrir.
Dax kind of like looking around because she can't see her anymore, and she's just like, oh no, oh no.
Sorry, just figuring out his proper perception. Fionn, with your stealth, your entire score would be 68, correct? Or would it be 48?
Neither. That's with a plus 20 already added.
Oh! Yeah, he knows exactly where you are. At that point, he just very casually strides over to where you are, crouches down, says, and leans over and whispers into your ear. At which point, as soon as he's done whispering to you, he brings his fist up and he sucker punches you right in the solar plexus, hitting you and pushing you right against the palisade. Your illusion drops as he does 34 points of non-lethal damage to you.
Oh, I didn't get to read her line, but Fiona is fortunate to have the invisibility in place because Finyard can feel the heat coming from her cheeks. It's very short-lived, though, as she hits the palisade hard and slumps down unconscious. Fiona!
Tear! Silver Fang! Silver Fang!
Oh. That was what, 2 rounds?
3.
3?
18 seconds.
Oh. She almost shot halfway.
At this point, the curmudgeons like run out and Skull's like, shit, like looking kind of like shit.
She'll be okay, she'll be okay.
Whereupon she's brought back to consciousness before Skull can dissipate.
Okay. It's like, okay, yeah, no, that makes more sense, but yeah.
Man, now I see why he's the undefeated.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not in that bracket.
While you're saying that, Dak, one of your other competitors, a pale-skinned, black-haired woman with slightly pointed ears, but obviously not Ellison, he kind of like turns and looks to you and says, "Do you realize that the brackets are just separation?"
I know. Let me be okay for a little while longer.
She's like, "Oh, okay."
So all I do is keep winning, and I'll eventually get to fight him.
Have fun. Fiona coughs as she awakens. You could have at least let me play possum. She groans, rolling over on her stretcher.
Alright.
Oh, also, do I get healed between these matches? No?
No. It is at this point where the crowd's roaring and cheering and everything is settled down. There's another bout of silence. And they say, "Will the next challengers please come to the field? Cottontail and Rowan!"
Oh joy.
Burn his tail, Rowan!
Okay, seriously, why can't I not pick up my token?
Dak takes out her staff of cure light wounds and just starts tapping herself with it.
Donk!
Yourself on the head.
We gotta find the other token, Rowan.
Okay.
Works as you say, burn his tail. You watch as a woman comes out of the other side of the arena. A Vira woman, dressed in what appears to be a suit of wooden armor. As she slowly makes her way over, she's looking about at the crowds. And you can sort of hear, like, oohing and eyeing at the fact that there's a Vira within.
Dak actually kind of leans forward and her ears perk up. Ooh.
I modify what I said. Burn her tail!
It is at this point, the woman kind of pulls her bow out and knocks it and takes a bow to Rowan.
Rowan bows.
You may begin!
Oh, what? No introduction? Jeez.
I think, like, essentially the guy was doing the introductions, but the crowd oohing over the fact there's two beautiful women in the arena kind of drowned him out throughout the entirety of it.
For some reason, the arena turned into mud.
Yeah, I think I'm going last.
Yeah, she just barely gets advantage on you.
Okay. Guess I'm gonna be dodging.
You can dodge an arrow, you can dodge a ball.
What is your what is your AC, Ron?
My AC is... give me 2 seconds.
So what am I? Chopped liver, grumbles Fiona while she leans against Skull, having retired to the stalls after her elimination.
He's got her arm around you. He's like, "Well, you're still the most beautiful woman I've ever seen."
Aw.
Alright, Rowan. The moment the battle starts, she just pulls her bow, knocks back, and you see two fire out at once.
Yeah, I don't think my dexterity may get away from this, but I am gonna try. Yeah. I got an arrow on my back.
I mean, you don't roll reflexes on those.
Oh.
Anyway, she fires, and one just kind of drills in and smacks you right in the shoulder. The other one goes a little wide and flies into the palisade. You still take 9 points of piercing damage from the first arrow, as she's still got it cocked back and is aiming at you.
What do you need, Kat?
Just one play firefly.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Inferno's Crown, limping with my 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And that should be my one action, because that should be a standard action.
Right, and then you can move.
Yeah, I'm gonna hightail it as far across the, over to the left as possible. Actually, I think I'm gonna go over here to take low cover.
Okay, you realize it's only like 2 feet high, right?
Hey, I'm ducking.
Okay, you go straight prone. Alright, so the Vera, seeing that you've gone prone and you're in cover, kind of takes her distance and walks around trying to get a better shot on you, and seeing you're prone, she just kind of looks and goes, inhales very deeply, and goes to take her shot.
I should.
15 on the head.
Alright, I'm out.
She hits you for 8 points of damage.
I have 1 point of damage left.
Oh.
You better burn her to a crisp.
Shit. Hold on 1 second. How come I can never find it when I want it? Okay, are you okay?
What are you looking for, Ron?
I was looking for my crown of thorns thing, my crown of fever.
You're,
4 round. Infernal's crown.
okay.
Hold on. I'm in the wrong journal. Alright. So, there's my, magic missiles. Which would hit for 7, but with my, crown of thorns, I actually rolled this too. Hold on. Damn it, go away.
It's an extra 1d6, right?
No, it's an extra 2d6.
Okay. Rowan, you pull out your wand and you fire immediately at the Vera, and the bolts just all come in and they start searing her. And she's like hissing as the magic strikes her, but she's still standing. And you hear, "Ooh, burn her, burn her!" She's like looking dead at you and is already starting to knock her bow back again.
I went up to the other side of the to the other side over here.
Like inside the little thing.
Yep.
So you're like laying on the ground, like, please, please, please.
Hey, I am not gonna. I got no armor protection, and I got magic missiles. Damn it.
Fion, would you call that a 50% cover or 75%? About 2 feet.
She is prone.
And Rowan is laying on the ground.
Rowan is not 2 feet wide.
She's just sort of combat rolling around the dais or whatever.
Pretty much. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
What died?
I mean, if that's 2 feet tall and she's prone, would that be like 100% cover? I mean, unless she's lobbing it up.
Oh.
Does not matter.
Oh, that's a crit.
Actually, I need to look up concealment, because I don't know if that counts as a crit or not.
Yeah, is it like still the like 75% chance to miss no matter what, or does the crit cancel that?
Let's see. Say it's a concealment, so it's a 20% chance to miss. It doesn't say that criticals cancel that. For the sake of it. High or low, Rowan?
Is she muted?
No.
No, I said low.
Oh, we didn't hear you. She hits you.
Bye.
At that point, Rowan, you kind of peek your head up a little bit, and you see that the Vera is aiming straight up. And she leans it slightly and lets go. And the arrow just kind of lobs up and in a very lazy arc comes back, and you see that it's a blunt-tipped arrow, and it just bops you on the top of your head.
Yep, eyes out.
It's actually green arrow's arrow with the boxing glove attached to it.
At that point, as soon as Rowan is knocked unconscious, the crowd lets out a roar and goes, "Caught and tail! Caught and tail! Archer of the Vale!"
Jack's just sitting there like, oh, Rowan.
Edrin.
That's alright.
Blast.
Get your scaly butt in there.
Go, Yadrin! Knock their block off!
Oh, Yadrin!
The sun name is like right here, right?
Yep. Again,
Break his kneecaps!
there's another bout of silence as you're all brought in, and the next challenger starts to come out. Yedrin and this man in dark armor wielding a sword that is blood red steps out on the field. He kind of hefts the great sword around as the announcer comes out. Now that there's a din, he says, "Are you all calmed down now? Has the fury of bloodshed soothed your hearts? Well, I hope it hasn't done it too much, because we have more!" In the right, hailing from Limsa Lomensa, the bloodthirsty dragoness of the sea has come to sate your thirst for carnage. We give you Yedrin. And on this side, coming with the Sons of Calamity, the Master of Dark Knights, the preeminent user of the sword. We give you Siegfried. Begin!
Yadrin!
Smash him into the ground!
They're all gonna end up back in here hurt.
Yezrin, you go first.
Okay, force off move action to study target.
Okay.
Standard action turned into a move action to approach 30 feet. This is 30, yeah. I should 5. This is 30, I think. Okay, and gonna flip an activation of power attack in case that comes up.
You cannot do that.
Okay. Huh?
You cannot do that. Power attack, you just declare it when you make a strike, dude.
Okay. I thought it was a thing I activated and I'd have it until my next round. That's the thing that came up.
You can prepare an action to attack.
Yeah, you can hold an action, but I mean,
I
then
can't be holding actions.
you turned your standard action into a move action.
Yeah.
You can't do anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, nope, I can't do anything else. I thought power attack was just a thing you activate and then you have it to your next round.
At that point, he is watching you and he starts to circle around to the other side of the altar that you're at.
Just gonna follow him in the circle of my move action. Just trying to figure. And
He walks kind of in a straight line until he's next to you, and he holds his weapon out, like with the pommel. He's holding the weapon out with you in a pommel, kind of like in that boxer's gesture, like tapping gloves before you start.
Decides to be polite and respond in kind.
And he takes a 5-foot step back.
Get you a status stone?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since it's right on, moving the plate, I'm gonna take myself an attack. Battle attack.
So you're gonna step up and attack him?
10 feet.
I too.
Yeah, fair enough. You have to reach.
Oh.
You go to swing at him, and as you do, he kind of hefts the greatsword and pushes your hammer out of the way. Is that your round?
Yeah, that's my round.
At this point, he 5-foot steps up and swings his greatsword directly at you. What is your AC?
20.
Okay, 22.
So.
What are you trying to perceive, Fionn? Edrin, he sweeps the blade around, kind of in a much flashier show than you're used to. Kind of tracing it back around in a figure 8 over your hammer. And it swings it right across your shoulder, kind of scraping it across, making sure to avoid your breasts before slashing down your side. And as it does so, you actually feel the blade start to drink your blood slightly, like drawing it into it. And he deals 18 points of damage to you.
Oh.
Just oh.
Okay. My turn?
Okay, before you do that, Fionn, because you are scanning the crowds, you see there's a fair number of younger and older women who seem relatively excited about Siegfried's presence, kind of like oohing and awing over him a little bit. You're not sure if it's just particularly because he's particularly well liked for some reason, or for the whatnot. You can't really gather that, but you can see that. You do see that there are a number of men in the crowds kind of taking bets on him, though.
He's the loner emo badass. Of course the women are attracted to him.
No black-haired lalas.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there are, but...
Not the one you're looking for.
Works. They said he was part of a company.
Okay, next hit. My turn?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna use Swift Action to activate Defiance.
Okay.
And then I am gonna take a heavy swing.
Okie dokie. You do hit him.
I'm gonna step out.
Okay.
So that'd be 12 points of damage, and he has to make the con check or be stunned.
What is the,
20 since he's studied.
Oh, well, he's stunned. You swing around and bash him in the side, and he's like,
And he is stunned.
Spittle flies everywhere.
And he is stunned for 3 rounds.
Okay.
Oh god.
Ooh. Rattled his brain pan.
Yeah, he's like, he like can't breathe. You see him like spread his legs, just keep himself on his feet.
Okay, do you want to remind me quickly what stunned does again?
Hang on.
He just can't move.
-2 to his AC and loses its dexterity bonuses to AC if there are any. You also get a +4 to your combat maneuvers for that time.
Okay.
So you dropped his AC rather significantly. However, he at this point looks up at you, kind of still hacking a little bit, and glares for a second before he picks his weapon up and goes to swing it through you. This may be match. Does a 27 confirm a critical?
What do you conform off of?
A 19. So 19 plus 10, so 29.
Yeah, I mean, oh dear lord, yeah, that's a match probably. Yes, I don't know what would you use to block a critical. Like is that if it's CMD?
It's just your AC. It's like if you're if he confirms higher than your AC, it confirms.
Yeah, I only got 22.
Okay, so that is a critical on a power attack.
Oh, bye, Adrian.
Yeah, bye. God dang you are in your War's Hawk. I also thought stun got rid of his rounds, but I guess it just...
Nope. At this point, he roars, lifts his sword up, and brings it down on you like a hammer, the blade slashing through you, cutting through hard as he comes down, and it feels like you've just been bisected, and he deals 42 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
Well, so much for me getting that gift from Hawane. I'll be lucky to make it past the first round.
You see the blood just kind of draining up, and he's looking down at you like,
Hey, wait. Oh, stunned. A stunned creature drops everything held, can't take actions.
that's not what my read from the conditions.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, you're right, he does. So he does not. Yeah, you're right, you're right. Let's just say he punched you in the face.
For 42 points of damage?
No, I'm kidding. Yedrin, you were right. He drops his weapon and is standing there, just kind of glaring at you.
Oh, dear God.
Defiance.
Knock him out of the park!
God. Can I take a second to breathe?
Well, now we can transition to Deliverance.
I can't do that right yet.
By the way, there you go for the,
Yeah. That like nearly gave me a heart attack there.
What the fuck is plus 24 modifier?
timesing to his, strength on a power attack.
Wow, what the hell is his strength bonus?
Um,
I don't get that much.
his strength is 4, but he has weapon specialization, weapons training. So,
Yep.
yeah, so that's plus 8, and then it's another plus 4 for the power attack. And then multiply that
Yep.
by 2.
Yeah,
Oh dear
that
God.
actually makes sense.
Wait, I thought the two-handed was only 1.5.
You're forgetting that I had to multiply it by 2, so it's 8 plus 4 is 12 times 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, I just wasn't sure where the times 2's coming from.
He criticaled.
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, anyways. Out of my
He can't do anything for 3 rounds, so beat on him.
Yeah, basically.
Try and beat his ass.
Well, just to gauge on the AC and where it is right now, let's go with a normal attack first. Well,
You hit
that's
him?
not a good gauge anyways. Plus this... Wait, he does have his dex bonus, so sneak attack damage, right?
No, I don't... Is that correct?
He would technically be flat-footed.
Stun does remove his dex bonus to AC. And sneak attack procs during the...
Yep.
Okay, so... That's a big sneak attack anyways.
I will be right back.
Alright.
But that is 15 damage.
Okay. You hit him, and you can see he's just kind of like starting to drop down, getting to the point where he's like got his hand on his weapon, but he can't move.
Okay, second attack. Plus the... that would...
You do just enough to knock him out. How do you want to do it?
I'm not good at description, so you go ahead and hit.
Uppercut! Uppercut him!
As he's down, you kind of return the favor of his imagined critical hit on you.
Echo. Let's go with Echo.
Pull back and swing, going straight through with your hammer. And as you smack him, you hear the crowd go, "Ooh!" And you see him just kind of twist onto the ground and hit, blood kind of trailing out of his mouth and his nose. And there's not a word, and then suddenly the crowd goes wild. Dragon of the seas! Dragon of the seas! She does as she please!
Just do a sort of victory pose to the crowd. Probably just hands up and move to leave the arena.
Oh, okay, so Yidrin, you advance. And that brings us to Works.
Any rules against using potions to refill health?
Nada.
Okay.
Just so you can see what your opponent looks like, Works.
Yeah, I think you showed me the picture the other day.
Oh, that's right, I did, didn't I? Well,
Yep.
for everyone else's sake.
When he sees Works entering the field, Kato gets up and goes to the bathroom.
The hell?
Skull at this point looks over at Fiona and says, "Who are we betting on?"
But for real, I do have to go to the bathroom, so I'll be back.
Well, that's 2 of my cure light wounds, but I'm back to full.
While all this is going on, but the crowd is once again brought down, kind of after the moment. And you see Howling Raven come out this time, and he says, "Alright! How about the fight? We got the dragon of the... You saw the dragon of the sea! Now! In the right corner, hailing from the cold regions of the north, born from the frozen hell that is Carthus, the Iron Dragon, Worksend!"
Throws a fist into the air.
Just sort of hear, so you hear like a half Lester cheer, and the hype man's like, "Fuck."
Give you the awesome shit.
Works. Like, roll a charisma. After, like, you throw up your hands and your weapon starts to glow, the crowd suddenly just goes wild. They're like, "Yeah! Iron Dragon! Iron Dragon!" Then you see Howling Raven's like, "Ah! That's what I'm talking about!" And in the left corner, also hailing from the frozen hell of Carthus, out of Alabanthia's spine, the Dragon Hunter without equal, the Great Bronze Tiger has entered the field, coming with her new pedigree, the Heretic Hunter! Wielding Shiva's Bane! At that point, you see the woman hold up her own spear, being a partisan, like a, not quite trident-like, but definitely having a spear tip with 3 different points. And as it goes up into the air, it ignites on fire. Now then, are you all ready to watch as 2 dragoons go at it? At this point, the crowd begins cheering, and you hear a mismatch of Iron Dragon, Bronze Tiger.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Roll initiative. She gets to go first.
Yeah, I figured I was gonna get that.
I need to check something, because I'm not familiar with all those moves yet.
What's going on?
Works is fighting the dragoon.
Yeah, Works is fighting Dragoon.
who has earned the title Heretic Hunter.
You suddenly hear a shout out to you. What points her finger and is like, "You! I know just about every Dragoon in Ishgard, but I don't know you. Dare you come at me, a true Dragoon of the Ishgardian Order? A pretender."
Oh, trust me, you'll know who I am before the match is over.
You see her kind of squat down and hold the spear out. It's your turn, Works.
Kato hears Works say that, and he's like, "Well, who wants to start the angry mob?"
Back.
Okay, like that. I think the only one that can hear you right now is Fiona and Skull Kato.
Skull looks at Fiona, and then he looks at Kato. He says, "I'll go get the torches."
Attaboy.
What's going on?
Oh, you know, it's at this point I'm imagining Dak is probably like right underneath him, and Skull just kind of like leans over so that his head's hanging over into the dugout lightly. "Oh, you know, our Dragoon is yelling about people knowing who he is as he's fighting another Dragoon.
Oh,
It's called
no.
a Heretic Hunter." And he sits back up.
Jack just has this look of horror on her face now.
At this point, Skull just looks at Fiona and is like, "Do you want to continue watching, or should we go somewhere else for deniability?"
The agent's sort of like eyeing whether or not they should stay around and try and proceed in the matches, or if they should escape the city at a time.
And Works, it is your turn.
Let's see. She's very far away.
Fiona thinks about it and takes Skull by the hand to leave the arena.
The two leave hurriedly.
You can make sure not to cheer for Works, because they don't want any connections in case this goes bad.
Jack keeps her damn mouth shut. Also looks around for her brothers, but she's not going to engage them.
You can actually roll perception, Dak.
Okay.
Kato's gonna follow them out. 'Cause
I can't leave! You deserters!
I'll be right back, but I should be able to still listen.
You can see them relatively clearly, Dak. They're just kind of sitting in the dugouts, like waiting for their turns.
She goes to sit.
Like, but they're on opposite sides of the arena.
Shh. In her mind. Okay, yeah, no, she's just sitting. Chilling. Never mind, sorry. Go ahead, Works.
I think he just said he's just moving. Oops.
Jack will wave to them at least. Not that they'll see the tiny hand.
At this point, Works, you see her just kind of get up, and she makes a double move, kind of rushing across the altar, like still kind of standing on guard.
Just staring her down.
Okay. It is at that point, Works, that she jumps at you.
I saw that coming. And then there's a reflex save involved.
Yes, there is.
Alright, what number do I have to beat?
Oh, let me go check your private thing about that. To remember what that number actually should be.
Wasn't it like 10 plus dragon level plus?
Yep, I need you to beat 17.
Roll high. Fuck! Kidding me, dice?
It's at that point she just jumps, and as she comes down and slams into you, you feel the spear drive itself deep into your thigh. But she's already pulled back and jumped back to her previous position, and you feel this burning pain just kind of sear directly through your leg as it comes through. You take 13 points of damage.
Okay. Not bad. Guess that'll be my turn.
Yeah.
An attack range. Hold on, let me figure out the math again.
You hit her.
Sweet.
She does make the save against the chill touch, by the way.
That's fine. It's only what? It's in strength.
Yeah. Alright. So you deal 18 points of damage to her. As you kind of come around and swing at her, you kind of come around and you slash at her face, then bring the weapon around and smack her at the side with the blunt end, and just kind of see this bloody mark just kind of roll down, causing a red curtain to fall over her nose and her lips. She hisses in pain. He goes, "I'm gonna make you pay for that."
Well, come on then. Show me what you got.
What's your AC, Works?
It is 20.
Okay.
Oh, great. I'm gonna hit for more damage, aren't I?
He's gonna roll another crit.
Nope, she just barely misses you. She swings, and you can feel the heat of her partisan just go burning out behind your ear. At which point, she jumps backwards, giving herself more room to breathe.
Oh, come on. Now, how are we supposed to dance with you all the way over there?
You'll see.
Don't think I don't know what's up your sleeve. Remember, I'm a dragoon too.
Uh-huh. Then why don't you do it?
Called out!
Oh, no, that's because I can't do anything. I have something else that really can't be shown.
Yeah, you kind of got neutered when you went into this.
Yeah.
Just make an excuse that you broke your leg, took an nail to the knee.
Come on, really?
Roll to confirm your critical failure.
Of all the times I don't need a crit fail here.
You drop your weapon on the ground.
Oh, come on!
Works just kind of rushes in, gets excited, and goes to jump up a little bit, like he's gonna go the full, like, 300 spear lunge down into her. And as he comes up, a bird swoops in and, like, rolls right by his face and hits his wrist, and he drops the weapon.
Birds.
He can swear.
Now-
He swears it was Millie.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Was it one of Tart's birds?
Stuff some birds in the damn bag. No.
Fuck
In the
you,
bag of holding.
dice! God. You know, when I actually have something on the line here, it's like I can't win.
However, she doesn't do much better as she lunges forward and strikes directly into your chest, but her weapon doesn't breach through. At that point, she steps up and, like, puts her foot down right onto your lance.
Works is now just visibly pissed off.
Actually,
Guess
getting
not.
more and more worried. It's like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
Deidre is contemplating.
I guess I'm not getting my weapon back, am I?
She just looks at you and is like, try it.
Deirdre's just contemplating on how much good a punch
Actually,
would walk us out of the
Roll
skies.
diplomacy works. And I'm gonna go ahead and never mind.
You know what sucks? I have sunburn, I just smacked myself in the head.
Oh my god. She just looks at you and was like... At that point, she just stabs at you again.
But it still walks his stone.
I'm gonna say the diplomacy was his action.
Oh.
What? No!
She goes to swing at you and she drops her spear behind you.
So now we're both defenseless?
No, you're both
no
just
weapon?
disarmed. She just like looks and she's like... You just hear the audience just like start laughing.
Wrestle, wrestle.
In the background you hear Granox or Grana just go, "Are you kidding me?"
Did she crit fail too?
She did.
At this point, Eugenia's eyes just twitching.
So her weapon's behind you and her foot's on yours. And she's like, pick it up. She grabs yours.
So we now have each other's weapons.
If you pick hers up,
Yeah, I'm gonna pick hers up.
Oh god, she
Now
has your
she has an
weapon.
enchanted one.
they were
Yeah.
both enchanted.
Oh.
Hers
Still.
was fire. His is basically ice.
That's cute.
She's
would've-
like,
You know, I've always thought fire fit more of my personality anyway.
shut up and step back 30 feet. Start over. How about this? You go 15 feet, I'll go 15 feet.
That works.
They both click fail
Reroll
again.
initiative. Okay, Works, you get to go first.
Let's charge again. Get +2 to attack, but -2 AC next turn.
I don't think it's actually any pluses to attack. I think Braum was full of crap, but hang on.
Charge or bull rush?
Charge.
Considering I can't jump and I can't use any of my jump abilities.
Okay, yeah, you do get a +2 on your attack roll, but you take a -2 to your AC at the start until next turn. And it doubles your movement speed.
I'm gonna move right up there.
Okay. You hit her.
Does that give any bonuses to damage as well?
Nope. The only bonus to damage is if you have a lance and you're on a horse that's charging.
What's the stats on this other weapon? Is it like the same deal as the ice one?
Yeah, it's just a 1d6 fire.
Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna use Savage Attacker on that one.
Okay.
Alright, I'm doing 16 points of damage. Fuck you, dice.
She hacks for a moment, then twists your weapon around, and jumps back, jumps on top of the palisade, and then jumps again, like holding the spear up as she goes to crater down into you.
So where'd I hit her?
You basically like stabbed her in the stomach.
Okay.
There's a sear mark across her armor that you've kind of like penetrated through, like a very decent sized burn right across her kidney. But I need you to roll a reflex. Nope.
Still not enough. Come on, dice. When I need you the most.
Okay, Works. She jumps up and she comes down and she slams your own spear right into your other leg and kind of drills in and twists, trying to crack the knee out of socket, but pulls away and deals 15 points of damage to you. I need you to roll Fortitude now.
Christ almighty!
You lose 1 strength.
Does that knock me down to 15? Still a 3, right?
No, 15 is a 2.
Fuck you!
Don't drop your weapon next time.
Oh, it was more like both of them dropped the weapon, basically.
Yeah. It's your turn.
I just have to kill anyways.
Just getting more and more pissed off.
Miss.
Come on!
Works. This time you go to stab her with her own weapon as well, and she just kind of leans out of the way and it whips about. And actually, you still have a move action.
I know you took. Do I still have elusive jump?
Yes.
That's what, 40 feet plus. Let's see.
That would be 50 for you.
Alright, so I can go 50 feet back?
Yep. At this point, she's panting, just kind of holding onto your weapon. She looks down at it. And looks over to you. Actually, what did that say? Shit, can't do that. She takes a 5-foot step to the side. She's like glaring back at you. She's like, "You coward!" You can see blood kind of trickling out of her mouth. Red eyes glaring at her. Glaring dead at you, and you hear Grunois shout out, "Don't you dare lose, Jolene!"
Jolene, 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 Jolene.
The entire crowd starts joining in with Kato. Jolene, Jolene. Like, she's like looking around confused.
I'm begging of you, please don't kill my man.
You guys use a Mega Flare would be a horrible idea at this point, wouldn't it?
That's why we left!
Yeah, that's why they left.
At that point, I took stick out a poncho and tried using this to the skies. It's so bad of an idea.
I'm kind of getting desperate here.
Don't do it, please don't do it, please don't do it. I like it here, I don't want to be run out of town.
Seriously, if you're going to compete in the cooking contest.
I know!
You just see Dak like waving a little works flag like, "Don't be a dumbass!"
Please no, please no.
Are you gonna find out what a rockin' feels like?
Fucking hell. I'll look over the group and just like,
That's my pinky. Hey, Echo.
Dak's just giving works a look. I'm like, no, 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 no.
Sick eye.
No, not even that. She's like pleading. It's like the pretty please, if anything.
No, 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 no.
Yup.
Eugene may not be seeing side glances at the exit.
Fucking go, dude.
Luna, give me strength. Charging again.
Okay. You hit her.
Nice.
Now don't fuck it up.
Yeah, no, that's getting reruled.
You don't have to.
Oh, it's over?
Yeah, you knock her out. How do you want to do it? Because she's like braced to swing at you. Which actually, I'm going to say that she did have an action ready, so she's going to swing at you as you come in. She misses hard.
You know, smacking yourself.
So yeah, you knock her out. How you want to do it?
Can we have her try to stab me? I jump off the spear behind her and smack her in the back of the head?
There's always
Because it wasn't a critical success, I'm going to say no.
You could just
Alright.
roll her with the spear.
But that's a bit much for a non-critical success.
Yeah. Alright, well how about, can I just jump up, knock the spear into the ground and hit her? Would that be okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Works. You just run up. You're charging, and as you jump, kind of going over, she lunges the lance up at you, and you push it to the side and hit the ground and bring the back end and shove it right into the bloody spot where you cut open earlier between her eyes. And she just falls back, just laid out, unconscious. The crowd goes silent, and they say, Iron Dragon! Iron Dragon!
Throw my fist into the air.
Then the next thing you hear, make us laugh harder next time!
Take your weapon back.
Yijin breathes a sigh of relief, but claps for looks.
Man, I can't get an applause for winning that battle.
Yeah, I'm giving you applause.
Oh, you were getting applause, but they were like, you gotta admit, that fight was hilarious.
That was.
Mm-hmm.
Now make sure to take your weapon.
Alright, guys. Because it is past 10:30, I'm not gonna get into the next rounds of combat. Also, we have lost to Rowan.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to describe how each of the next sets of battles go, and we will continue with the tournament next time. As you come up, the next battle that happens is you see a tall, very prim, proper, still dressed as a nobleman, Elizin, coming out to the field with, on the other side, you have Dak's brother, Alox. Now, Alox is kind of like dark-eyed. He's got his hair slicked back at the moment. Kind of like looks a little dead. Like bleary-eyed and dead for a second as he's watching his opponent, who is introduced as Emanilian. And as everything's coming in, the Emanilian's just kind of like trying to boast a little bit. He's talking about like how Alox can't handle his pedigree and the whatnot, and the Makote's like, sure, yeah.
Hold on.
Dak's like,
Is this
Lux!
Is this the same Emmanuel from Four
Yes.
Toms Manor?
Yes.
Yeah, figured.
He's kind of making a show of it. And, he's trying to like get the women in the crowd to notice him. At this point, he like charges in at Alox, and as he gets within about 30 feet, Alox just raises his hand and throws down this circular-shaped object that explodes, and there's nothing but gas that just fills that little section of the arena. And in about 10 seconds afterward, you hear, "Ah!" And the gas starts to dissipate, and Alox comes out, both of his knives bloody, and Emmeline just laying on the ground.
Lux! Woo!
Fiona, I will admit that you could come back in after Works's fight if you so desire.
I'm just like, let's give it 5 minutes, see if there's,
Screams
let's give
of
it 5
terror.
minutes. Yeah, see if people start running and shit, and
Okay, you
Then we'll go back.
both come back in with enough time for them to like. You see the cleanup happening of the last fight. They're just kind of like brushing things aside, mostly because one of the palisades got set on fire. So they're just kind of taking care of that, and Dak fills you in on everything that happened. At that
Hey,
point,
Ark.
you get to watch what happened. What's up, Works?
Would it be wrong for Tart to heal me matches?
You are not in her dugout.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. How long, minute-wise, until my next battle?
You're not allowed to leave the dugouts.
I think he's talking about his belt.
Yeah.
Oh, his belt? Your belt? Let's see, you gotta go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fights. Most of the fights are probably gonna last a minute, so you've got about 7 minutes.
Oh, great. I don't get some.
Well, I mean, that's like, it's how many a round?
I think it's 1 point of healing around, isn't it?
That's more than enough to get you healed, dude.
Yeah, that's like, you get like a round to like 6 seconds, so that's like,
Yeah, it's like 10 rounds a minute.
yeah, so you basically.
Okay,
Like,
yeah,
That's 42 points of health.
You're
yeah,
dead.
okay, that's more than
You
enough.
good, you
You're
good.
fine.
But does he get back his point of strength?
No, he does not.
How long does that last for?
Until
And-
you rest.
Rat.
Basically, you need a full night's rest or someone to cast a spell.
And I'm not in the same dugout, so I can't do it for you.
Likewise, your spells are not coming back.
I know, I kind of fucked myself after that.
But Alox has kind of like got his blade up in the air, and he looks over to you, Dak, and he like takes a sweeping bow. And he looks over to Adol, and he kind of see like you note that the women in the crowd are like cheering rather enthusiastically for him. At which point he kind of, with a flourish, tosses a rose to you, Dak, and then walks back into his dugout. And you can just kind of feel the entire stadium turn to glare at you.
She doesn't care, she's happy. She got to see her brother kick someone's ass.
At the next juncture, there's another round of silence as you see Orogadin dressed in full plate mail with a very large, imposing helmet coming out onto the field. And at the other end, you can see a Garlean commander coming out. Looks almost identical to Deus, if you all remember him.
Guy from the airship?
Yeah. Looks very close to him. And as this Rogadin's coming out, you can see he's wielding this, what looks to be this weird combination of a great sword and a great axe that's been twisted into a butcher's cleaver. And as he's
So
kind of
he's wielding Lexaeus' weapon
a what?
from Kingdom Hearts.
What?
There's
Oh, that guy, yeah.
hold on, just a second. The Earth guy, it's kind of a it's called a sword axe, but let me get a picture.
God, I hate that guy.
If it helps, I think he's number 5.
It doesn't. I haven't played Kingdom Hearts in a very long time.
I think he only showed up in Chain of Memories, which might be why you never saw him, because that game sucked.
Unless you have the final mix of Kingdom Hearts 2.
Here.
Actually, no. More like that.
Interesting.
But it basically looks like a big ass butcher's cleaver that he's wielding in 2 hands. And as he's coming out, you see this, they introduce him as Brutus von Griggs, who you all recognize as the military leader at Castrum Orlais. And as they introduce the Rogan, they say the name Crimson Tsunami. And he holds up the axe, and you hear the crowd go wild for him. He kind of juts it in the air for a moment. They say, "Kill the Garlean! Kill him! Just shouting this over and over and over again. And as the battle begins, the two rush each other, the Garlean using two weapons. It's taking all of his power not to have that axe just cave his skull in. The two are going at it, blades colliding over and over and over again, as for a man in a full suit of plate armor, this Roganin is impossibly fast. Like, he's moving 50 to 100 feet every round, just barreling in on this Garlean, just knocking him around like he's a toy. And you can see Griggs, he's still able to defend himself, and he's keeping himself from being bloodied, but you can see like chunks of his armor are getting ripped off, exposing skin, and bits of it getting slawed off until there's just a red ruin where an arm was. One of his legs is mangled, and as he goes backing up, he fumbles and falls over the altar, looking almost like a sacrifice. He goes, "I yield! I yield!"
Did the Rogaden win or the Garlean? No. Would I recognize this Rogaden's fighting tactics at all, or?
Roll a knowledge, Gato. Let's say a knowledge.
Knowledge.
It's bloody, it's brutal, it's your basic Hellsguard tactics of shock and awe.
Okay.
And then, nextly, you see another Rogaden, this one actually showing his face, dressed in paladin attire, sword at his hip, kind of glistening like it's like there's fairies floating around it. And the next guy comes out. What's up?
I was just to say, it's the guy I'm losing to next round.
And the next one comes out, like, he's holding both of his fists up, and you see it's a man dressed in leathers, a full lion's mane and head on top of his skull, a pair of lion's claws attached to his fists. We have the Nemean Lion versus Blanhurst. You may begin. The two go at it, and it's a knock-down, drag-out fight between them. Fists fly, shields, swords clatter with one another. Blades are blocked with the back of gauntlets. Fists are blocked by shields, and it drags on for 1 minute, 2, 3, 4, and after 5 minutes of just non-stop fighting, a very exhausted-looking Blanhurst turns around and slams his shield across the backside of his opponent's face, causing him to twist over and fall to the ground unconscious. Blanhurst is bleeding all over his face. Like, there's claw marks all over him, and he's like, I am victorious! Just kind of gasping for air. Crowds roaring and chanting his name. Oh, where'd you go? At this point, they kind of clean up a little bit, and there's a motion to calm everyone down. And as they do so, they go, "Ladies, steel your hearts! For in this corner, on the right, coming from Uldar, a great gladiator known for his ways with the ladies, we have Franz the Fair! Gentlemen, watch your wives. And in this corner,
up.
You see a blonde-haired, very attractive Alamegan male coming out onto the field, Kato. Yes, it's the same Franz affair, or Franz, however the fuck you pronounce it, from the game. And to our left, known for his hot streak, coming in as well with the Sons of the Calamity. Will he avenge his fallen comrade? Or will he go up in smoke? We give you Percival! Begin! As Percival comes out and Franz is kind of like still riling up the crowd, he kind of turns and Franz goes to start running. Percival looks at him and a ball of lava appears in his hand. He just chucks it at Franz, hitting him dead in the chest. And as he does so, Franz looks down and you see this searing mark kind of cover his chest as he starts screaming. But he keeps running in, still thinking he has a chance. And by the time he gets to all the way to Percival, Franz is like almost to his knees. And Percival just backhands him, causing him to be knocked out. And you hear the crowd go, "Aww." And you see Hallie Raven go, "Wow, it looks like Percival wasn't playing around. Franz the Fair has been eliminated."
Too bad Bowen missed this one.
At that point, Percival just walks out of the arena. Well, on to the next match. Can we get someone to clean up this? Doesn't look right. You see the gloops of burning magma just kind of sticking to the ground. You see like a cleanup crew run out and like start sweeping it up. Once it's finally all cleared away, say, well, maybe our next contestant from Ul'dah will avenge our gladiator friend? Coming from Ul'dah's gladiator arenas, making a name for himself, we have Gregor the Barbarian versus Dulce the Wizard. You see two men come out, both of them look to be Alamegans, both of them more traditionally dressed. I need all of you to roll perception.
Theon sees all.
Works, I need yours.
I'm very close behind her.
I didn't do the greatest. Oh well.
Do you all immediately recognize Gregor as the barbarian that Works made a dueling bet with?
Oh no, my brother's gladiator's here. Crap. Just oh.
Well, we're boned. Well, Works is boned anyway.
Theon raises an eyebrow. Then where's Charlie?
And as soon as the begin goes off, Gregor's all the way across the arena and has just rammed this wizard's face directly into the wall behind him. Just boom! Drops him unconscious.
Yeah, kind of expected that.
You just hear him like let out a howl and you hear, Gregor! Gregor! Gregor!
Dak just looks terrified because she knows she's fighting him next. Just looks terrified.
Once again, the crowd goes completely silent.
Oh no.
The next thing you see, two men start to enter the arena. walking slowly. Hang on. In one corner, you see Raban walking out, both of his black blades held overhead, wearing the bull's helm that has made him so renowned over the years. Dressed in his full battle regalia, covered completely, shoulders armored, arms completely covered, just black gear everywhere. And I did not realize this was going to be EDM. Oh well.
I'm just like, well, I'm pretty sure we know who's gonna win because he still has both his arms.
And as he's walking out, just kind of like relishing in the crowd cheering for him.
Fiona grins excitedly. She's excited to see the commander clean Grenough's clock.
At this point, you see in the other corner another man dressed in the white attire of the Heavens Ward coming out. And Elizin with another helm, a white helm with bull's horns on it, coming out, hefting a double-bladed great axe over his head. And you hear Howling Raven come out, and he starts to shout, "It's the match you've all been waiting for! The one to see which bull is truly supreme! On our left, hailing from Ishgard, coming in with the Heavens Ward itself, known as the Bull for his great strength and hard head, Sir Grenought Desamail!" And the crowd starts cheering wildly. Then he turns and he says, "And another man that needs no introduction, a 20-year veteran of our arena, the commander of the Immortal Flames, the Twister of Misery, the Black Hurricane, and the Bull of Alamigo, Raban!"
Not even gonna use his last name.
I can't pronounce it.
Alden.
And I don't remember it.
Alden.
Raban Alden. It sounds better as just Raban. And as this comes up, the two of them walk dead into the center of the arena. Raban with his twin blades just kind of folded against each other. As he's about, like, he's slightly taller than Grenought. And the two are glaring at one another. And the shout for "begin" goes out, and the two go at it. And both of them are surprisingly fast, considering all the armor that they're wearing. Grenought comes in with a huge overhand swing, going to clock Raban, and you see Raban bring both of his blades up like a scissor, catching it and twisting the blade out of the way, and backhands Grenought out of the way, causing him to fumble back a little bit, but he charges back in, shoulder ramming dead into Raban's gut, causing the man to in surprise before he brings both of his hands down and just slams them into Grenough's back, causing the Heavens Ward Bull to buckle beneath it, but he just manages to hang on, going in for a clinch for a few seconds, only to, you see a very dirty maneuver as he plainly just brings his knee up into Raban's groin, causing the gladiator to grunt, and then drop his swords and lift Grenought up, picking him up overhead, and tombstones the other warrior. And as soon as he does so, he lets go and grabs both of his legs and spreads them eagle and goes, "Let me show you how I punish men who dare do that in my arena." And he lifts up and stomps on his groin, causing him to scream in agony.
I think you've been
Twists over like, ah! He says, "Now pick up your weapon and fight like a man."
Dak just covers her mouth. Oh no!
I guess the heavens what's going on Eunuch now.
Oh!
You see Raban pick up his blades, and he waits for Bruno to just like shakily get up. He goes, "You will regret that!" He charges in full-on rage. See foam coming from his mouth as he goes red-eyed, and Raban says, "I wouldn't have it any other way!" Both of them just red-eyed, foaming from the mouth, fury with one another as they go swinging at it, no longer focusing on defense. Blood goes flying in every direction as they slash and clock at one another, going blow for blow every time, shouldering each one as if it's nothing. And as it comes down, Raban finally catches the axe with both of his blades, twists and throws it out of the way, then shoves the blades in, driving between two of Gruneau's ribs and digging them upward, and starts to lift him into the air on the tips of his weapons. And as he gets up, going higher and higher, Gruneau shaking, still clawing at Raban's face, until Raban has him all the way up in the air over his head. He twists the blades so they carve deep divots through the Heaven's Ward member's armor, making almost a full smooth circle on both sides, so the blades are kind of touching each other on the tips and the outside. He pulls his arms apart, leaving an open gash through the man's chest, and lets him drop to the ground, screaming and writhing in agony, unable to get up, and walks off this field.
Agent has been cheering for Raban this entire time, because hell yeah.
So has Dak.
Work jumped up and screamed at the rock bomb. Give him the elbow!
Theo goes, Raban!
Kato just kind of casually raises up a hand and flips off the body.
Raban! Alamigo! You see, you look over and you see there's a big section of the crowd, just a sea of Alamigan faces, all of them shouting his name.
Okay, did I hear that right?
What?
Or did mine glitch out a bit?
What did you hear?
Just, totally glitching out music.
Yeah, I said I was surprised. I didn't realize it was EDM.
Yeah, it's electro dance mix music, so it's got a lot of techno beats to it.
It was just like...
Yeah, electro does that.
Sorry. As Sir Granau is being carted off the battlefield, you see silence once more as a Makote male starts walking onto the field, just very quietly, looking rather somber for the moment.
Dak squeals. Adol!
One moment.
Oh, do we have an actual red mage?
Dak looks absolutely giddy to see this Makote.
I want to take a walk and say, one of your family?
We're not even in the same dugout.
That's right.
I'd be like, is that? No, he's X-Tread.
Sorry. Realized too late I didn't have something loaded. It's a lot to keep track of, I'm sorry. Oh wait, yeah, I did. I did have something loaded. Just using the wrong picture. You see two men walk out. A platinum-haired Ellison, sharp ears, kind of a deadpan expression, dressed in a decent suit, wielding just a simple longsword. And on the other side, a Makote, red hair, brown eyes, hat with a quill on it, kind of pulled back, Ishgardian clothing, a deep blue, and leather gloves. You see he's wielding a rapier. And the two glance at each other, and they both take a faint bow as Howling Raven comes out and says, "We have two gentlemen for you today, ladies and gentlemen. In this corner, hailing from Ishgard, and a servant of House Vicente. At the age of 10, he dove into the ocean, saving a madame of the house from certain death, and has been taken in and trained in the art of dueling with them. He comes representing Ishgard, and as the last remaining representative, seeks to reclaim a measure of honor to the house."
Jeez, how many Ashgardians are there here?
And to our right, a man come from Aperneus. Though none can speak of his skill in battle, or why he has come and decided to test his luck today, so he has come. The son of a baker with noble aspirations, who has built himself up to a minor house within our great society. He comes now before you all to show you the pride of Aperneus. I give you Lucian! You just hear cheers for both of them. And then the fight starts. And unlike the other fights that were bloody, quick, and brutal, these two bring an untold amount of elegance to their fight. Every attack that they swing out and lunge at one another, they're missing only by a hair's breadth. The two dodging around each other, just kind of making stabs. Every single one of their stabbing motions, every single one of their slashes is clearly aiming for a vital point, or a point to disarm. But neither gets anywhere. And as they keep going, you can hear the crowd cheering and getting louder and louder and louder. And as they do so, their feats of agility become more and more extreme. At one point, you see Lucian swing down, bringing his blade close to Adol's legs, at which point the Makote jumps over the blade and swings his sword down, jabbing directly into Lucian's chest, only for the Ellison to surprisingly twist the blade back up and knock the attack out of the way. And as this dance continues, the crowd gets more and more drawn into it, drawn into the performance piece that they're seeing come to life before them. The two twist around each other, going back to back for a moment, and you see them both attempt to stab at their sides, going for each other's kidneys, but they seem to predict it in time, and the blades just kind of skirt between the space in their backs each, twisting up until they come back around and their arms are entangled, blades both at each other's throats. You can hear them both panting, and they both break off, both leaving a cut across each other's faces as they come out. And you can see Adol's is slightly deeper, and it goes all the way across his face, while Lucian seems to just have a mere scratch. And it continues like this. The two just continually going for a while until both are just covered in minor scratches, bleeding from what appears to be death by 1,000 cuts in both points. And finally, in the end, Lucian takes a knee and holds up his hand and says, "I yield." And Adol wipes his face, unbelieving that he won, puts the blade away. Dak, roll a perception.
Also, the Dion was like, you forgot to mention his name, and she wants to hear his title for Adol.
Adol.
Yeah. Perception.
What title are you talking about? As for that, as you look down, Dak, you can see there's no satisfaction in Adol's face. No, he was just Adol.
Aww.
Like, he didn't give either one of them a title. They were just Lucian and Adol.
Apparently, you either inadvertently made a reference to Ys. Dak still cheers for Adol.
If you're not disappointed is cheering one to fight for the fight and stuff and actually getting into it. Sorting all of the funk they've been in from the past month.
Fion's been looking with rapt attention as well, given her recognition of Adol.
Because they're having a day.
You don't know who it is, Fion.
Because they're having a day where they can be excited and weird stuff's not happening except for this morning, but they can't ignore that. They've ignored everything else.
Yeah,
and works almost almost mega flare in the arena.
Yeah, Dak tries to shout like extra loud to get his attention. Adol! She like holds up the little like rose that Locks gave her on accident, but still.
Okay.
Like
All he's hearing is squeak.
Yeah, squeak.
It's loud. You're trying to get his attention. Go for a diplomacy, Dak.
Okay.
Are we about done?
I think so.
Yeah.
Dak, as you shout his name over and over and over again, he just kind of like turns and he looks and he sees you, and you see this faint smile come to his face, and you see that he looks at the rose and he starts to put his hand down a little bit, and he just kind of curtly nods at you and walks back into the dugout.
She tries to give him like the sweetest smile though.
Okay.
Happy Lala notices.
Hell yeah! Her brothers kicked ass.
Happy Lala noises until next round.
Yeah,
So
no.
Gedrin, you're against Blenhurst next round. Works, you're
Good luck.
against Percival. What's up, Gato?
I was saying good luck to Hunt.
Yeah.
Works, you're
Didn't
against
Percival end it in like one hit?
Percival threw a spell at Franz and then just proceeded to walk away until Franz burned to death.
Oh, great.
Wait, Franz literally died, or?
No.
Oh, great! I get to fight. I get to fight a mage. That's gonna be brilliant.
You
I
get
have
to fight-
no
you
gap
get-
closers.
You get to fight male Rowan with a sword.
Hey, you can charge, Walks. You can just charge.
Like having jump, I got to deal a lot of damage with that.
Fionn, while you're holding on to Skull's arm, just kind of like leaning against him, he very quietly kind of like pulls his arm out from yours, and while you're kind of like thinking, oh, he then brings it around your shoulder and pulls you in.
No.
Sorry, I forgot to read her line.
It's fine. No one's watching.
Nah. I know, but, you know, for future reference, I was listening to, like, our older ones.
Jack, you are against Gregor.
Can I just say that I lose already? You're gonna mash me into a mashed potatoes.
No,
Raban
wait, so I can fight you!
Raban is against Tyr. And Adol gets to go against Cottontail.
Fionn smiles and rests her head on Skull's shoulder.
Skull very quietly leans over and says, "What did my dad say?"
Alright, well, if we're done for the night.
We are done, Connor.
Okay, good night.
Night, Kato.
Night, Kato. Fionn blushes visibly. He said he was looking forward to... She hesitates and whispers it to him.
I'm just waiting to see if anyone tries to perceive what you're saying.
Nope, I completely got what she was saying.
I'm in the dugout. I can't really perceive a thing.
I'm assuming they came back over towards my side anyway. But still.
Well, Skull
Nope,
did.
I
Skull
hear
did talk
Jack.
to you, so it works. You're like on the other side of the arena. So essentially, it would be Dak or Kato, and Kato is not here. So, for privacy's sake,
I think we all know where it's going anyway.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to hope, like I say in Python, I'm gonna have to hope my guy was as bloodied and tired as it seemed at the end of that match.
Aww. Dak just giggles quietly.
Was it wedding bells, or was it something else?
I'm not saying anything. Privacy.
Either that or like,
as you finish whispering it, Fionn, Skull just like face ignites in bright red. He's like, oh.
The anime embarrassment, like, just steam comes off his face.
Basically.
At this point, Howling Raven comes up. That concludes the first round of singles combat. Everybody, the arena will now be closing down for a brief bit of maintenance and to give some of our fighters a bit of reprieve before the next round of matches. If you are not a combatant, please leave the arena and return in 20 minutes time. For those of you who are fighting in the next round, please remain in your places.
it's taking this time to chug like 2 potions.
Dak looks disappointed. She wanted to go mingle with the other ones who were fighting.
But actually, that's a good point, Dak. Who can you mingle with right now?
I mean, the only one I could technically mingle if we're staying in our own respective dugouts would be Gregor, Works, or Percival, I guess, if we're basically in the same
Oh yeah, that's right. Works, you are in that same dugout. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're separated by our brackets.
Yeah. So yeah, Works and Dak, you can talk to each other. Gregor's in there with you, and you have Percival in there. So it's just the 4 of you.
Does Gregor remember me?
Gregor has been grinning like an idiot, staring at you, quietly sharpening his axe the entire time.
Fionn says, indeed. Well, I guess that's our cue, says Fionn before smiling. Care to do a bit of shopping with me?
Skull just looks at you and says, if it's with you, there's nothing else I'd rather be doing.
Aww.
Why can't I not imagine all my dugout just like the 4 of us all sitting in the corner side and staring at each other?
I need to pull that up. Hang on.
Hmm? You need, like, the brackets or something?
Yep. Because I closed it.
Eh.
Also, I'm gonna shut the stream off now.